Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name's Eva. I make videos all about sustainable living, minimalism and veganism, and today I'm going to talk to you about my minimalist shoes. So when we talk about minimalist shoes, what I mean is that they're zero drop, they're basically barefoot shoes. They give you the experience of being, walking, running, exercising barefoot without actually you having to be barefoot, so you don't get cold feet, wet feet, dirty feet, and you don't get cuts all over your feet when you're out and about and stuff like that. So these are my shoes. My first pair of barefoot shoes I got about 4 years ago. So I'm going to talk you through in the order I got them. I'm going to kind of review them and tell you what I love about them, what I don't like, what my recommendations are if you're new to being barefoot. And yeah, so in total I have 4 pairs. I'll also talk you through the price range because it can be quite pricey. So I have 4 pairs of barefoot shoes. My first pair are these Xterra shoes. I can't remember what they're actually called, but I'll link them down below. These are very minimal, very minimal, and they just roll up like that. So I've had these for about 4 years. I haven't worn them a ton because they're so minimal, and now I'm fully barefoot. I don't wear any regular shoes anymore. I wear all zero drop shoes, all very minimal sole shoes. But before that, that's only recently I've finally made that transition. But before that, I found it really difficult wearing these, but now I really enjoy them because my foot is just used to always being so close to the ground. It has quite good grip, and yeah, you can replace all these bits, so you know there's no waste. You could always trim this sole if you wanted it a different shape. They're really good. You just adjust it at the heel, and then I tighten this up to my foot, which is really nice, and you know it goes through your toes and whatnot. So these are these are from Xterra Shoes. I will link them down below, and they're about 30 to 40 pounds, I think. I think they're about 30 pounds when I got them. I got them as a gift, but I really like them, and I always pick black for my shoes just because they go with everything. So I didn't get along with those shoes for a bit. I think they're really great though because they're just so basic and just so durable. I didn't get along with them to start with because I wasn't used to minimalist shoes, and I kind of went to the extreme. But then when I did, I bought myself my first pair of Vivos. They look a bit funny because they've just been into the washing machine, which is, I love the fact that you can put these in the washing machine. So these Vivos I got about 18 months, almost 2 years ago now, 18 months ago. I love them. Here are the laces. They came with an insole, but the insole kind of kept moving around. So I took the insole out and I just buy these ones that you kind of cut yourself. This is still a bit wet as well. I would recommend buying the ones that you cut yourself just because barefoot shoes tend to be wider on the toe box. If you buy your shoe size, it will just be too skinny for your shoe and it won't sit in properly. So I buy those. That's quite thick actually. It's too thick, but it was the only one I could find in the store, and I really needed some because mine were completely wrecked. So this has only got a 3mm drop. It's only got a 3mm sole. I do love them. They've had some holes here, so these are the Primus lights. Again, I'll leave them down below. They are completely vegan, and I mean they're in really good shape. They still got tons of grip and stuff. So I ran 18 miles in these on Saturday, so yesterday, and I just put them through the wash today. But I did find that when you start wearing barefoot shoes, this is something to bear in mind in general, your feet get bigger. So when I was sort of wearing high heels a lot and just wearing regular shoes, very, you know, tight shoes, I was about a size 6.5 to a size 7, UK 6.5 to 7. Now, and then I was definitely a 7. Yeah, these are a 7. And now my latest pair of barefoot shoes are a 7.5. Your feet tend to spread out, your feet get more, you know, they spread out a bit more because they've got more space and they can move now instead of being, you know, trapped in all the time. And I've definitely noticed that recently. So I did get a lot of pain here just from, I think my shoes are just a bit tight. So if you have any recommendations, because I don't know whether to go for the Primus lights because these are still in fine condition. They're just a bit tight now, but I am looking at the Merrell gloves. Can't remember what they're called. Yeah, just Merrell gloves. Which look quite good, but I'm trying to find some second hand, of course. Yeah, and they just have some regular black laces, but I do really love these. I love them to bits. It's just they're getting a bit tight for my feet now, but you know, what can you do? And they've lasted me really well. I run, I exercise a lot and stuff like that. So then the third pair I got just 3 months after that, and as I said, I used to wear high heels a lot. I had about 40 to 50 pairs of high heels, designer high heels. I spent hundreds of pounds on shoes because I loved them, and then I just went completely in the opposite direction and realised that I hated them and that it was such a waste of money, and that I would just rather spend my time experiencing things in life rather than owning things in life. So I got these for Christmas a few years ago, and I absolutely love them. They're from Hermes Shoes, so they're like a vegan leather, and I have a feeling they're to do with something with tyres. Again, I'll link them down below. These are quite pricey. I think they're about £140 or something like that. They are quite pricey, but then again, like, they last. If you look after them well, they last. Like, I've got a little bit of that I could just trim off here to make it a bit nicer, but they've got a little Velcro here. They're just like a really basic ballerina shoe. Again, very minimal. You can fold them up. They're so lovely. I love them to bits. And these are my smart shoes, so I would wear these to a wedding. I would wear these to a job interview, to whatever I wanted to. I would just wear these. I love them, and they're really comfy to walk around in as well. So I wore these on kind of like a family hen do almost, and we walked around London all day. And I don't really like getting the tube, so I walk in between the train stations, which can take like an hour sometimes. And I wore these and I was absolutely fine. No socks, no nothing. Just, you know, I absolutely love them. So yes, I'll also link those down below. So big thumbs up for those. They're so cute. And then my most recent purchase I bought in January this year. I did have some vegan Doc Martens that I've had for years, and I really didn't want to get rid of them. I still haven't sold them because I'm like, oh, I love them, but... And then I live near Stonehenge in Wiltshire, and me and my partner walked to Stonehenge and back, like from the visitor centre, and it was only a couple of miles, but I never really wore my Doc Martens that much for sort of walking long distance, because I would always do running in my Vivos, and I got such sore toes from the being confined in that box. And you know, Docs aren't very flexible, and it hurts the bottom of my feet where it's always just... There's just nothing, I don't know. I feel like when you start walking barefoot, you start to realise that the ground massages your feet. Your feet don't hurt as much when you walk long distance. So I got myself some Wildlings. So a lot of Wildlings shoes are made from wool, have got like cashmere or woolen, but these ones are completely hemp and cotton. So that means they're a bit thinner, they're not as warm, but I did buy an insole. So this is a sole, it's really interesting. You even get flexibility here. So they are really flexible again. I love them so much. And they're just kind of like reinforced around here. And yeah, this isn't leather. And then I also got with it, I bought in addition, it's actually kind of dirty. This is a hemp sort of shoe liner, a hemp insole for the shoes, which helps keep it warm. It helps give it extra warmth, and then I can take it out in the summer if I want, but I just wear my Vivos in the summer. These are my like winter boots. And then I bought some natural impregnation spray, which I spray on there and make it a bit waterproof. It's still not fully waterproof, but they are really good. But I mean, I wore these walking around Bournemouth and along the beach, through forest, all sorts of things, and they're really easy to wipe off when you've got that spray on, and you just need to respray it every now and then. Sort of every couple of months, but I've been absolutely loving these. And these were in the sales, they were about £80, £85. They are a German company. They're so great. I mean, who doesn't want boots that do that? But I mean, I live in the UK, but I do ski as well, so I would wear these. These would be my primary shoes for wearing skiing, apart from my actual ski boots for when I'm on skis. But for walking around the resort and whatnot, I would wear these. I would just wear a pair of walking socks with them, and I think I'd be absolutely fine. My feet have got a lot more hardened now to weather and heat and cold as I've worn more and more and more barefoot shoes. So these are a 7.5. I'm not sure what these are. I don't think it actually says, but oh, they're a 7. But yeah, I think from now on I am going to go for a 7.5, even though these ones aren't tight at all. I think it's because they are really wide around the toe box. But yeah, so they are my minimalist shoes. These are all my shoes. I do have another pair of sandals that I bought last year, which are made from like recycled yoga mats, because I couldn't quite stand these yet and all my other flip-flops broke. But I don't plan on wearing those anymore. I'm going to keep them in case, but I plan on wearing these now. I'm completely transitioned. And I have a pair of mountain boots, some secondhand La Sportivas for when I was doing my degree, and when I will be doing my degree. When I go on field trips, you're not allowed to wear stuff like this. You have to wear proper boots that are very restrictive. But my La Sportivas are fully adjustable all the way, basically down to the toes, so I can make it as wide as I want for my feet. And yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below any recommendations for my next pair of minimalist running shoes. I like very basic soles. I did look at Ultra, but their most minimal sole is about 14mm, and I can't go from 3mm to 14mm, or even 5mm to 14mm. That's just too big, it's too much for me. So yeah, any suggestions I welcome. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.